Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Guidental. This is Dr. Saib Singh. So the subject for today's video is going to be oral and maxillofacial surgery. This is the first part or the first video for the subject. This subject is being discussed in two parts. Whatever topics I'll be mentioning in the video are also mentioned in my blog by the name of Guidental, the link for which is given in the description of the video. So starting with the first chapter, that is principles of oral and maxillofacial surgery. The first topic is blades. In blades, you need to know that blade number 15 is the most commonly used for oral surgical procedures. Blade number 11 is the most commonly used for incision and drainage. The blade is held perpendicular to the epithelial surface. Incision is placed on sound bone, and dermatome is used to harvest skin grafts. Coming on to sutures. In sutures, you need to know the definition of suturing, indications of suturing, any 3 to 4, principles of suturing in detail, classification of suturing needles in detail with any one indication each. Coming on to suture materials, you need to know the configuration, that is monofilament and multifilament, only the indications, size of sutures and their indications. 50 or 60 is used for skin closure in head and neck, and 30 or 40 is used for intraoral procedures. Classification of suture materials, it is absorbable and non-absorbable and their subtypes. Study the indications, advantages, disadvantages of catgut, plain gut, silk and nylon sutures. Needle holder, you should know that a 6-inch needle holder is used. Tissue holding forceps, you should know that Addison forceps are the most commonly used in oral and maxillofacial surgery. Scissors, you should know that Dean scissors are the most commonly used. Suture knots, you should just know the names, that is square knot, surgeon knot and granny knot. Suturing techniques have to be done in detail. Suture removal, you should know the timing, that is for skin on face it is removed between 3 to 5 days, and intraoral sutures are removed within 7 days. The next chapter is medical emergencies and basic life support or BLS. Here the first topic is concept of ABCDE of management. This has to be done in detail. Indications and contraindications of orotracheal, nasotracheal and submental intubation. Emergency drugs, you should know the types of drugs in module 1, 2, 3 and 4 with any 2 examples and functions of injectable and non-injectable drug in each. Very 2 important MCQs that could be asked in your exams or in your viva is life-saving drugs comprise of adrenaline. The dosages you should know according to the emergency, that is for cardiac arrest it is 1:10,000 concentration of adrenaline, and in anaphylaxis it is 1:1000 concentration of adrenaline. Concepts of golden hour and triage of patients should be done in detail. Glasgow Coma Scale, very commonly asked short note in your exams, so that has to be done in detail. Glasgow Coma Scale may be asked as GCS, its short form it is known as GCS, so they might ask you GCS in your exams, so you should know it stands for Glasgow Coma Scale. Classification of medical emergencies in dental practice, study under respiratory, cardiac, neurological and endocrine emergencies. Next topic is syncope. Syncope, you should know the definition, that is transient loss of consciousness due to decreased cerebral blood flow. Etiology and predisposing factors of syncope has to be done in detail. Pathogenesis, that is the fight or flight response, has to be done in detail. General clinical features, mention any 3 to 4 features. In management of the vasovagal syncope has to be done in detail, that is the drugs used for vasovagal syncope. Just study about atropine and dextrose, that's it. These 2 drugs are very important. Coming to postural hypotension, here you need to know the definition, predisposing factors, any 3 to 4 names, and the management in detail. Coming on to respiratory distress or foreign body aspiration or airway obstruction. You should know the classification of airway obstruction, that is complete and incomplete, with the definitions that are very important. The management, that is general management, Heimlich maneuver and invasive management, that is the tracheostomy and cricothyrotomy. These 2 procedures are very important, so that you need to know. Coming on to acute adrenal insufficiency, you should know the clinical features and the rule of twos. Rule of twos means it is a cause for secondary adrenal insufficiency in a person who is externally given corticosteroids with functional adrenal glands. So the rule is greater than equal to 20 milligram hydrocortisone daily via oral or parenteral route for 2 weeks or longer and within 2 years. General management in case of conscious and unconscious patient has to be done in case of acute adrenal insufficiency. Coming on to hypoglycemia. In hypoglycemia, you should just know the management. In conscious patient, you should give oral glucose, and in an unconscious patient, administer 25 to 50 ml, 50% dextrose IV, that is intravenous. Coming on to artificial respiration, you should know about mouth-to-mouth breathing or ventilation, that is the rate of ventilation. In adults, it is 12 per minute, and in children, it is 20 per minute. External chest compression, you should know mechanism by which chest compression produce cardiac output, rate and depth of chest compressions in adult, child and infant. Ratio of chest compression to mouth breathing in two rescue and single rescue sequence. This topic, that is artificial respiration, you will find more in detail in your general medicine books. So you can refer those books. It will give you a clearer picture of the topic. The next topic is anaphylaxis. You should know the definition. Factors producing anaphylaxis in dentistry, that is antibiotics, local anesthesia, latex and some dental materials. Management of anaphylaxis in case of skin and respiratory effects, only these two have to be done. In addition to the specific drugs that are used in these two cases and the supportive care, you should also mention about the emergency drugs and the life-saving drugs in oral surgery. The next topic or the next chapter is space infections. Space infection, you should know the classification of facial spaces, that is according to the mode of involvement and according to clinical significance. Submental, submandibular, sublingual, buccal and pterygomandibular space infection has to be done in detail. An important MCQ that could be asked in your exams is masticated space infections include masseteric, pterygomandibular and temporal space with hallmark clinical feature of trismus. In space infections, the Ludwig's angina is the most important, and that has to be done in detail. Next topic is oroantral communication and fistula. Here you need to know the difference between oroantral communication and fistula in detail. Do mention about the 5E of oroantral communication and the 5P of oroantral fistula. Management of oroantral communication and fistula, you can do it in the form of a flowchart. It is given in your Nilima Malik book of oral surgery. Next topic is exodontia and impaction. You should know the definition of exodontia according to Howe, that is HOWE. Indications of exodontia, any 3 to 4 will do. Contraindications of exodontia, you should know the absolute and relative. Absolute, the most important contraindication is central venous hemangioma. Supine hypotensive syndrome and lateral decubitus position, you should know in detail. It is done in extraction in case of a pregnant patient. Types of extraction, you should know there are two, that is open or transalveolar method and closed forceps or intraalveolar method. These you need to know in detail with indications. Principles and types of forceps used in exodontia has to be known in detail. Basic forces used to mobilize tooth, Stobbe's technique, and order of extraction in case of multiple extractions should be done in detail. An important MCQ that could be asked: maxillary teeth are removed first. If there is extraction of maxillary and mandibular teeth in the same patient, then maxillary teeth are removed first, because the debris of the maxillary teeth may fall into the empty socket of the lower teeth, and also because infiltration anesthesia has more rapid onset in case of maxilla. And classification of complications of extraction has to be done in detail. Coming to dry socket or alveolulitis sicca dolorosa. In here you have to know the definition according to I.R. Blum, etiology, Burns hypothesis, management in brief, any 3 to 4 points. Coming down to dental elevators, you should know the classification and principles of elevators. Impaction, you should know the etiology given by Berger, B-E-R-G-E-R. Indications and contraindications, any 3 to 4. Classification of mandibular third polar impactions, Winter's classification and the Pell-Gregory classification with diagrams in detail. It's very, very important, very frequently asked in your long mark. Most common type of impaction is mesioangular impaction. Least common type of impaction is horizontal impaction, and the most difficult impaction is disto-angular impaction. Winter's ward line with diagram have to be done in detail. Root's radiological prediction of injury to inferior alveolar nerve. Any 2 points in each of the predictions has to be done in detail. Flap design for impaction, you should know the types and any one indication each. This can be done in more detail from your endodontics and periodontology also. There it is given in much clearer picture will be provided to you in these two subjects, and also the diagrams are better in these two subjects. Peterson's difficulty index for removal of mandibular third molars. This is very important once again, very frequently a short note and a viva question also. So this has to be done in detail. An important MCQ that would be asked is lateral trephination technique or Henry's abortion is used for partially formed unerupted third molars. The next chapter, very important bread and butter of oral maxillofacial surgery, is local anesthesia and also general anesthesia in some cases. In general anesthesia, you should just know the stages of general anesthesia. That is the only thing important. Local anesthesia is more important in not only in your theory exams but in your clinical practice as a dentist also. So you should know the definition of local anesthesia, mechanism of action of local anesthetic, that is a specific receptor theory is most important. So it is linked to nerve conduction done in physiology first year. So the specific receptor theory and the nerve conduction theory in your physiology first year, you can overlap these two concepts, so it will be easier for you to study in your exams. An important MCQ is onset of action of local anesthesia is in 3 to 5 minutes. The armamentarium, you should know the types of syringes with indications, parts of a needle, only the names, and the degree of bevel, that is 12 degrees. Quantity of LA solution in multi-dose vials is 30 to 50 ml. Contraindications of LA, any 3 to 4 points. Composition of LA in detail, exact composition with function of each component. Composition of LA is very, very important. So 2 MCQs in this regard is 2% lidocaine means 2 grams of lidocaine in 100 ml solution. 1:1000 preparation of epinephrine means 1 gram epinephrine in 1000 ml solution. Classification of LA should be done in detail based on their ability to interact with specific receptor sites, based on duration of action, based on structure of LA agents. Dissociation of LA, you should know that LA is ineffective in an area of localized infection since a low tissue pH is found here, preventing liberation of free base responsible for anesthetic action. In complications of LA, you should know the classification. Local complications, any one cause, and 2 management techniques of needle breakage, paresthesia, facial nerve paralysis, trismus and hematoma. Systemic complications, any one cause and 2 management techniques of CNS toxicity and anaphylaxis. Coming on to anesthetic techniques, you should know the classification, techniques, and any one example of a nerve block in each. Nerve blocks, you should know the areas anesthetized and techniques of posterior superior alveolar, infraorbital, greater palatine, that is GP, and nasopalatine. These are for maxillary. For mandibular, you should know inferior alveolar nerve block, that is IANB, Vazirani Akinosi technique, and Go-Gates technique. Some important MCQs. Maximum acceptable dose of LA without the epinephrine or without vasoconstrictor is 4.4 mg per kg body weight. Maximum acceptable dose of LA with a vasoconstrictor or with epinephrine is 7 mg per kg body weight. Lidocaine is most commonly used in dentistry because it has the least amount of allergic reactions. So, thank you so much for watching the first part of oral maxillofacial surgery. If you found this video to be useful, please like, share and subscribe to my channel Guide Dental for further updates. Thank you so much.